All right, well, August is over, so it's time to pick a winner for the giveaway. I'm gonna walk over here to the shop and I'm gonna have somebody else pick a random number, and that's who's gonna win, because I don't wanna skew the results in any way. All right, I found Trevor here. He's gonna, because I know the spreadsheet, Trevor doesn't, he's gonna pick a number. So the first one is the giveaway where you just filled out the form. So pick a number between 4 and 396.
54.
All right, 54. Now, the next giveaway is for the logos. And because we had a whole bunch of people who, so we had a few people who submitted multiple logos. If you submitted 1 logo or 6 logos, you just get 1 entry. So there was 8 people. So pick a number between 1 and 8.
7.
7. All right, now we're gonna look on the spreadsheet and see who won. All right, so we have all the numbers here. So let's go see, you said 54?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who 54 is. It's Frank. We're not gonna do last names because we don't want anybody to get spammed. So we have Frank. He's the winner of the form, and it is Michael is the winner for the logo. So yeah, I'll be getting a hold of you guys. Congratulations for winning. What's up, everybody? We are about to start 4th crop hay harvest. Seems like stuff never ends. We just barely got done with grain. Now we're going right into hay. But this year, we didn't have time to cut it. Usually we cut it about the same time we're doing grain. We didn't have enough help, so we just let it grow. So it grew for an extra 2 weeks. So the quality might have dropped a little bit, because the longer it grows, the worse the quality is, because the buds come out and the stems get bigger. But it still looks pretty good, but it did grow a lot. So normally 4th crop, we don't get a lot of yield off our hay because it's the 4th crop. But the rows and the windrows actually look really big. So we figure we're probably gonna get pretty good tonnage, even though the yield will be down a little bit. But I'm gonna finish filling up here, and I will take you guys out to the field. All right, well, I'm out in the field now, just raking away. See the rake back there? It's always just mesmerizing to watch it just turn that hay into a single row. But yeah, I'm just out here raking. This is 4th crop. It is normally lighter, but we let it grow a little bit longer, so it's about as much hay as 3rd and 2nd crop. So should be a pretty decent crop as far as tonnage. My dad, because we shut the water off on this 2 weeks ago, because we thought we were gonna cut it 2 weeks ago, but we didn't. So this hasn't been watered in 2 weeks. So my dad's out here with the swather. I'll get some video of him later cutting. And he's able to go 20 miles an hour with the swather because the hay is dry and the ground is dry. So, I mean, that's the fastest we've ever cut hay with the swather. 20 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure he's in the road gear. He's just going as fast as he can go. So it's not slowing it down. It's not bogging it down. It's pretty crazy. But we're guessing it's just because it's dry. Because it's not that it's light. There's a lot of hay here, but it's just dry enough to go fast. So let's see. It's 10:10. The chopper should be out here pretty soon. I'm about I'm basically on the last pass of the first outside pivot track, so I should be far enough ahead that they won't be able to catch up to me, but it is dry, so I'm guessing they'll probably be able to go pretty fast. So we'll see. Well, Dad just got out here in the swather. He's gonna go finish cutting the other side of the canal. I'm sure it won't take him very long when he's going 20 miles an hour. Me, however, I'm going 7. So I definitely won't catch him. Chopper and trucks just started arriving out to the field. This is Christopher's chopper. I'm not sure where Josh's chopper is, but they just got out here to the field, so they're gonna get going. He just did the outside round right here. There was the row. So they're getting started. I'm gonna make sure I lift this thing up so I don't drag the hay. It still drags just a little bit, but if I lift it up, it won't drag as bad. Doing everything one-handed is a little tricky. Get right on this line here. Put this thing down. We'll get to raking. Yeah, it's a little little hard doing everything one-handed. So hope you guys are enjoying this. It is so fun to just watch the hay roll together. It's mesmerizing. Well, they're over there on the hill. He's getting the opening rounds opened up. This chopper needed some work this year. So last harvest, he got a big wad of hay sucked in, and because the slip clutches don't work very well, we had to weld it so it actually worked. And the wad of hay went in and bent the auger, so we actually had to put a whole new auger on the front of that thing. So yeah, I'm not super impressed with the Dion choppers. They seem like they're a little weak. Well, Dad's over there cutting, and there's another truck coming. And it's hard to see from this far away, but he's going real fast. And he likes that you can cut 20 miles an hour in that swather. You can get that real quick. Hopefully it doesn't dry out before we get to it. Well, it looks like something's broken on Christopher's. He stopped in the field with the repair truck over there. I know his wagon lid was all bent, but he straightened that out. I saw that, but now he must be doing something else. I'm not sure what's wrong. And way over there, we've got Josh. He's currently loading a truck with the big boom that shoots it in. So that's been working out pretty good. I don't know that we're going to do that to both of them, but it has been working. So we did get his wagon fixed. I'm not sure if they want to switch back to the wagon and take the boom off or what, but so far it has been working. He is able to load them quite a bit more than Christopher does, just because he can fill every little corner. Hey, Christopher's back going again. Repair truck's leaving. It's like he's going again. Got it fixed. It's good. We gotta get this hay done. We only have a couple of days to do it, so we gotta get it done. Now, if you watched any of our previous hay videos from this year, you'll know that we've had nothing but breakdowns all year in hay harvest. Every hay harvest, it just is breakdown after breakdown, and it's been a mess. So if we could just keep our choppers running, we could finish all the hay in 2 days. But it's been taking 3-4 days because half the time one of the choppers is broke down. So fingers crossed we can keep them running and we can get this hay done. Well, I finally got a little bit closer to Josh, so you can get a little bit better view of this thing. I think he's finally figured out how to make it work the best, except for, so we have had to adjust the fan blades, or the fan blades, because apparently they're supposed to be able to spin without picking up a dime, but they should pick up a nickel. So I mean, that's like hairs. So it's very, very little clearance. So, and it takes a long time to adjust, but once we got it adjusted, it works pretty well. But it's like as soon as it gets out of adjustment, man, it does not want to work at all. So yeah, for now it's working. We'll probably have to make sure that it's adjusted about at the beginning of every harvest, but for now it is going. All right, I got this all done. So the other side, there's Christopher right there in his chopper. He's waiting for a truck. But the other side's done. I just got this whole side done, which is the other half of the pivot that's on this side of the canal. And I did all these short rows, which these short rows are some of the new seating that we had this year. So got that all done. Now I just have to fold this little transformer in, and I think that's all I'm going to do today, because I don't want to get too far ahead. I'm far enough ahead that they definitely won't be able to catch me. But I got to fold this in and then move the sides in. I like to move when I am putting the sides in because there's tires, and if I just pulled it in, I could possibly pull the tires off the bead. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to be moving while putting this in. But I'll probably head back to the shop, and yeah, I think I'll see if I can get some footage of the other stuff while they're still running. Well, when we're out doing hay, STI is here getting potatoes out of our cellars. So we have almost 300,000 sacks still in this cellar, and there's one in the back. So they're finally here, getting them hauled in. I think they're starting to ramp up finally as well. So it'll be nice to finally get these potatoes out of here. I'm gonna go around to the other side so we can see. So here's the pile. This pile looks pretty good. We've got a little bit of water right here because there is a little rotten patch in the very back of the cellar, but it's not too bad. We're hoping they can get these out before it gets worse. They're gonna plan on taking them out really fast. So, but yeah, this is the pile we're working with now. The potatoes look really good. There's not really any sprouts, and it doesn't look like there's really any rotten ones. We were able to keep this cellar fairly cold because that is a refrigeration unit. So this one actually had refrigeration on it. So while I'm over here, let me go show you the stingers. So the other day in the video, a couple videos ago, I showed you the stingers. Well, this is our new bin right here. But I showed you the stingers that we unloaded on pallets. Well, Spudnik came out and they attached them to the machine. So we have stingers attached. So here's the stingers. They just attach with this big pin right here. And then there's this turnbuckle here that kind of swings them that way and is set. And then, yeah, these they kind of pivot on that pin, so you can slide them a little bit one way or the other. And there's chains, so once you get them kind of set, then that's where they'll be. But then there's a hydraulic ram right there to lift them up and down, so we can have a truck backed up on this side and on this side and be unloading 2 trucks at once onto our even flow bin. So this will be pretty awesome. The interesting thing I've never seen before is these are their little hopper things, but they're like little fingers that the potatoes will come down and bounce off of. So a little bit more flexible than like a rigid belt. So kind of cool. But yeah, we are excited to use this thing. It'll be quite the upgrade. It'll be upgraded as far as the capacity of the belts, but the bin is actually the same capacity as our other bin. But all the belts, all the motors, everything is bigger, wider, can run more across it. So this will be pretty awesome. It's a big, nice, shiny bin. And they have upgraded. Ours just had one big motor. Now they've put 3 smaller motors, but they're all out here on the side to be easily accessible. So, but yeah, this will be a nice upgrade. Well, we got Christopher here and he's full, so he's gonna dump into this truck. So we'll see if any spill out. Usually when the last little bit flops in, it just shoots a little bit out onto the ground, but we'll see. Not too bad, just a little bit. Definitely had worse spills. Alright, it is now the next day. I'm bouncing through the field. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I wasn't able to get any more footage of the swather because by the time I was able to, he was done. He just went so fast that I didn't get any other footage of it. So sorry about that. But yeah, I was able to get a little bit of the choppers. And we got the rake back here. It is really windy today. It's probably, I think it's about 20 mile an hour winds. So I probably won't be doing much filming outside. But yeah, you can see the winds blowing the leaves and the dust off the hay as I rake it. So it's definitely a windy day, but I just have this little bit of a field to do. I'll show you this. Just opening up the edges. But if you can see through that dirty window, this field's only about 30 to 40 acres, so it shouldn't take me too long to do it. But we'll get on it. They should be able to finish all the rest of the hay, finish chopping it all today, as long as they don't have any breakdowns. As long as both choppers continue to run, they should be able to finish the rest of it today. Well, as I'm raking, I look over and I'm like, oh, there's the bagger. So the bagger's right there. He doesn't currently have a truck with him. He did just send a text that he's only got space for maybe 6 or 7 more trucks, and then he will be full. What's crazy is this is the manure lagoon. So we pump the manure water out onto our fields, but there's so much manure in it because the weeping wall, which is right there, which is supposed to separate the solids from the liquids, the weeping wall is broken. So there's a lot of solids in the lagoon, so many that there's weeds growing on top of the solid manure. So I feel like weeds can grow in pretty much anything. So I'm about half done with this field, and we have a lot of people saying with the swather, because we put out a few swather shorts that have done pretty well, and we have a lot of people saying that we're cutting too fast, we're running over all the animals, but I can say that we don't have any deer around here, so we've never once in the entirety of our farm ever hit a deer. I've only seen a deer on the farm twice in my life. So deer, not a problem. There's a couple foxes around, but they don't usually hang out in the fields, especially when we're cutting. They tend to stay away. There's some coyotes around, but again, they try to stay away. They'll stay like a mile away from any noise, so they stay away. There's a few cats here and there that we've hit, but even that's pretty rare. The one thing that we do hit from time to time is skunks, and this is the 4th crop this year, and I know we haven't hit a skunk until now, because when I'm raking the hay, I can tell when they hit a skunk, because I'll get to a patch and all of a sudden it'll just stink and be like, yep, that was he must have hit a skunk right there. So the entire year we have not hit a skunk, but I just went past right over here on the last pass and it got really skunky smelling. So we probably did hit a skunk right here. But as far as hitting animals, we do not hit very many animals, so nothing to worry about. So actually this hay is because we shut it off so long ago, because we thought we were going to do it 2 weeks ago. It's really dry and the dirt is really dry. So because of that, he was actually able to cut this at 20 miles an hour with the swather. So pretty crazy. As long as you make sure that you have good knives on the swather, it'll cut. Like, it's not leaving any strips or anything. So it's doing a good job, even though he was going pretty fast. Normally he only cuts about 16 miles an hour, but for this crop he was able to go quite a bit quicker, and that's also why I wasn't able to get much footage of it, because he finished so fast. All right, I'm done. So just gotta angle this in, fold it up, go back to the shop, and it looks like they are changing the bag. So if I get back there in time, I can go help them change the bag. We typically only have to change the bag once each crop, because we didn't grow as much hay this year, so we can usually fit all the hay into, there'll be part of one bag and then we'll put on one more bag. So usually it's about 1.5 bags, sometimes close to 2 bags, and then we're done. So we didn't grow as much hay this year because hay is not worth a whole lot, so we didn't want to grow very much of it. But I'll see if I can make it over there before they get done. Well, it looks like I just missed them changing the bag. The bagger's right here, it's got a bag on it, and it's already got a couple loads in it, so I didn't get over here fast enough. But Let's go talk to Trevor. All right, Trevor. Well, how's bagging been going for you?
Not too bad so far. We haven't plugged up.
That's
The
good.
hay's hasn't got too wet, so it's been bagging real nice.
Yeah.
Nothing's broken.
Nothing's broke. Fingers crossed. The bagger usually works pretty good. Last year we had a few problems. Sorry, it's windy. We had a few problems with the hydraulics not wanting to work, but we think we figured out that problem. So haven't had a lot. We also don't have a truck here. I can see one coming. Right there. Just kicked it on. Truck's backing up. Well, that's going to be the end of hay harvest for you. I hope you liked it. I didn't get as much footage as I would have liked, but I hope you enjoyed what I did get. So go down below, hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the like button as well. And I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.